Am I wrong for finding most men gross? I'm 28, and I'm super frustrated with my dating life. I'm not sure if it's just in my city, but all the men I've spoken with or gone on dates with are absolutely atrocious. When I was in high school, all the guys my age were unhygienic and forceful for some reason. Forceful in a way that they often rushed to get an answer from me, pushy on dates, skipped out on building up the romance, and always tried to get some action even if I told them that I was saving myself for marriage. They were also very unhygienic. When I asked one date to put on deodorant, he got extremely offended, saying that it was the smell of a real man. But honestly, no man should ever smell like rotten nachos while on a date. Whenever the guy would try to hold my hand, I'd feel a bit nauseous at the thought of his sweat staining the palm of my hand. Actually, I noticed that all guys in high school were often sweaty beyond reason. I'm also not sure why, but to cover up the smell of their sweat, they sprayed on an unhealthy amount of cologne, which made a lot of girls actually avoid them or cough when they walk by. I remember one of the guys used so much cologne, our teacher called him out and forced him to sit in the far end of the class while everyone else moved forward. The guy looked pretty embarrassed, but in my opinion, it was well deserved. I thought everything would get better by the time I started college, but it honestly got worse. Without their mothers around to remind them to shower, college men became even more unhygienic. One of my dates once appeared with dirt under his fingernails. To be fair, he had tried his best to show up to the date freshly showered, but I unfortunately could only focus on his fingers the entire time. He even made the excuse saying that he had picked up fresh flowers from the garden he tends at home, so some of the dirt might have remained while he rushed over to the date. But it was no excuse to show up to a date like that. I expected so much more from college men. After college, I tried dating men from different states and different backgrounds, but each one had a disappointing trait. A few men liked wearing their outside clothes while sitting on furniture. Other men touched their food with their hands. A few men liked washing their hands without using soap after using the bathroom. One time, I was having pizza with one of the guys I was dating, and he came back from the bathroom with his hands still smelling like pizza. I asked him if he had used soap, but he mentioned that the bathroom didn't have any soap. I told him that he should always bring some when he's on a date. I didn't really like that I had to explain some basic common sense to him, so I made sure to block him the day after. Other men my age also had dandruff that fell on their shoulders and back. And worst of all, they all acted as if chivalry was dead in this generation. I tried choosing much older men as well, and they were definitely much more refined and cleaner. Well, mostly cleaner, but a lot of them never outgrew disgusting habits like eyeing other women when we're out on dates, asking me to wear more showy outfits, skipping out on the romance. But I did like how much more patient they were. Unfortunately, I wasn't into very touchy old men. One thing I also didn't enjoy was the old people smell that they had. The old guy I dated kind of smelled like he was expiring, and the smell stuck to his clothes and walls. Unfortunately, no amount of money or cologne could cover it up. I know it might sound a little harsh, but even outside of dating, I was always blunt to my male friends and family members about being clean and gentlemanly, and they've always taken it well. My dates, of course, never appreciated my bluntness, but the majority of men have always been fragile to criticism, or so based on my experiences. So now that I'm getting older, it feels like the odds of finding a great guy has only exponentially decreased. And honestly, I'm not even really all that choosy. I just need a man who is clean and good-natured. That's it. My friends also all consider me a great catch, so I'm sure the problem isn't me. Do you guys also feel the same way?